Chapter 5 is called Blood Type. Well, at least we're finally getting some mention of blood in a book about vampires. Blah blah. Bella's late for English because she was talking to Edward, remember? Apparently the beach trip that Mike's planning on, it's gonna be this weekend, this coming weekend. Blah blah. They go to lunch. Lauren and Angela apparently asked the boys that she told them to. They asked them to the dance, and they were all going together. She gets in the lunchroom. Edward is not at the table with his siblings. He's sitting by himself. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, when she notices he's not at the table with his siblings, she doesn't see him at first. She thinks he's left. I followed the still babbling Jessica through the line, crushed. Crushed. Because she thinks he's, I don't know, gone home early. I'd lost my appetite. I bought nothing but a bottle of lemonade. I just wanted to go sit down and sulk. She's talked to this guy, like, I don't know, maybe 4 times now. Like, she met him in January. This is March. She's known him for 2 months. At the most. Actually, from what I can figure out, it's more like 6 weeks. And a month of that, he wasn't talking to her. And she's crushed. Because he's not on lunch. But then, she notices he is. Well, actually, Jessica points him out. Because he's sitting not with his family. Oh, and he beckons her over. Does he mean you? Jessica asks, insulting astonishment in her voice. Why the hell would he want to talk to you? You're a bitch. She goes over there, sits with him. He asked her to sit with him. It was so hard to believe that someone so beautiful could be real. Yeah, I haven't been mentioning it, but like every time she talks about Edward, she talks about how insanely good looking he is, and how he's fucking perfect, and he looks like an angel or something. And it just makes me actually kind of want to barf. Nothing happens. They're apparently going to try to be friends. He still says, if you're smart, you'll avoid me. She's not. She's dumb as a stump. So she's trying to figure out what he is. He asks about her theories. She'd been going between Bruce Wayne and Peter Parker. Oh. No, he's not cool enough to be Batman or Spider-Man. He's a fucking sparkle fairy. She refuses to tell him. They're still talking, but like there's nothing interesting. Like the conversation is incredibly boring. She asks him to warn her beforehand. The next time you decide to ignore me for my own good. She asks if he was bitten by a radioactive spider. She says holy crow. That's another one of the things she says a lot. That's just ridiculous. Here's one of the lines that the Twihards love. What if I'm not a superhero? What if I'm the bad guy? No, Edward, you're a fucking sparkle fairy. And a douchebag, but that's beside the point. He says he's not going to class. She goes to class. Oh, hey, look, they're doing blood typing. Imagine that. Oh. Apparently blood makes Bella faint. Mike goes to take her to the nurse. She just kind of sits down on the sidewalk outside of the classroom. Well, actually, no, they walk a bit outside of the cafeteria. And she sits down on the sidewalk. Edward pops up out of nowhere. Edward just picks her up off the sidewalk. Not even asking her if this is okay. He just picks her up and carries her into the nurse's office. He's laughing at the fact that she faints at the sight of blood. They have another sarcastic conversation. Apparently he was in his car listening to a CD while skipping class. And we have another one. She talks about smelling blood. Oh, Mike pops up. Mike asks her if she's going to the beach the weekend. She complains about having to go to the gym. She said she's going to the beach, by the way. Kind of trailed off there. But anyway, she complains about going to the gym. Edward goes to the, apparently the nurse's office is in the front office. I don't know, because he's talking to the receptionist. And he's telling her. He basically flirts Bella out of class. And then... Oh, he gets excused from class too, because he has to take her home. She asked him to go to the beach. He says, I don't really think I was invited. I sigh. I just invited you. Let's you and I not push poor Mike and Friday this week. She gets all like, preoccupied by the way he'd said you and I like it more than I should. I don't know why that I is in italics. Alright, this is one of the moments that pisses me off. Now, she's not feeling faint anymore. She's fine. So he got her out of class, so she's walking back to her truck to go home. He grabs her by the back of her jacket and pulls her back. Where do you think you're going? He asked, outraged. He was gripping a fistful of my jacket in one hand. I was confused. I'm going home. Didn't you hear me promise to take you safely home? Do you think I'm going to let you drive in your condition? His voice was still indignant. She's fine. What condition? I want to get my truck, I complained. I'll have Alex drop it off after school. Not asking if that's okay. He was towing me towards his car now, pulling me by my jacket. It was all I could do to keep from falling backward. He'd probably just drag me along anyway if I did. Let go, I insisted. He ignored me. I staggered along sideways across the wet sidewalk until we reached the Volvo. Then he finally freed me. I stumbled against the passenger door. I wish you could see my face, because that part just makes me... Can't you feel the love? He just dragged her across the parking lot by her jacket. her stumbling along the whole way. He tells her to get in. I didn't answer. I was mentally calculating my chances of reaching the truck before he could catch me. Like, this doesn't sound... She's trying to figure out how good her chances are of getting away if she runs from him. There were just so many things wrong with this. I'll just drag you back, he threatened. Oh, God. And then they, she gets in the car and they just start talking about his music and her mother. How old are you, Bella? I'm 17, I responded, a little confused. You don't seem 17. No, she seems 5. Blah, blah, blah. They just start talking about her mother and Phil. They talk about his family a little bit. He dropped her off at home. Apparently he's going hiking, leaving early. Not going to school on Friday. This is apparently a Thursday. He's not going to school on Friday because he's going hiking. That's an excuse to go to school. That's it. That's the end of the chapter. That was boring. Only thing not boring in that chapter was the part that made me rage. And I don't understand how people think this is a love story. We're in chapter 5 and there's already blatant abuse going on. They're not even dating yet. It's just, it makes me sick.